second half? The answer is Belichick. The answer is clearly Belichick. Even in this case, it was a tale of two halves. In the first half, the Pats couldn't get anything done. The Patriots couldn't get anything done. Either side of the ball, and that's key. In the second half, Atlanta couldn't on either side of the ball. And that's coaching adjustments at halftime. That's Bill Belichick. Now, Brady's a big part of that on offense. Of course he was a big part of that on offense. He's not the only part. Guys had to make plays and everything else, offensive line, receivers, running backs, everything. But he's a big part of it on offense. But what about defense and special teams? Because last time I checked, 3 phases of the game. Defense and special teams. Did he have anything to do with the fact that there were 3 and outs, right? Like, did that have anything to do? Brady doesn't play that side of the ball. What about on special teams when they were consistently pinned back? The Falcons were in the second half, behind their own 12. Was that Tom Brady? It wasn't Tom Brady. It was the rest of the team. It's a team sport. And in order to stage that comeback, the Patriots had to beat them in the second half in all 3 phases of the game. Remember, it's 31 unanswered points. Unanswered. The offense didn't answer, and Tom Brady doesn't play defense. That's Bill Belichick.
I disagree with you on this particular point because you can't take anything away from the greatness of Bill Belichick. We all know what it is, and it's you're not wrong, but here's why I disagree with you, because they were down 28-3. Now, obviously, the defense has to stop there, and the defense, as far as I'm concerned, was sensational all game because they only held Atlanta to 14 points, basically. It was really the defense. But when you look at the performance under duress that Brady was subjected to, because of the hole he contributed to putting the team in, being down 28-3, regardless of the greatness of Bill Belichick, what he basically showed you is how helpless a coach is, even in the midst of all his greatness, when the players can't produce for you, when a quarterback can't make the accurate pass, when a receiver doesn't run the right route or isn't catching passes that are hitting them in both of their hands, things of that nature. There's nothing that the coach can do for you. So you are right when you say that Bill Belichick, the greatness that he is, he definitely put that on displays. Atlanta didn't make adjustments, he did, etc. But when you look at being down 25 and you look at the Herculean effort that Tom Brady had to put forth, especially when he was on the sideline, sitting down with his head down after throwing that pick 6 again, Max.
I have a question.
Hold on, he put himself in that position, but at the same time, it takes something special.
No
doubt. Coach can't get you out of that.
No doubt. And Belichick couldn't have done it without Brady, although Brady also couldn't have done it without Belichick, and here's the proof. What is it harder to do? Score on Atlanta's defense or stop Atlanta's offense?
It's harder to stop Atlanta's offense.
They needed to do that to win that game. Brady has nothing to do with that.
It's harder to stop Atlanta's offense almost any other time. But the Atlanta offense that showed up throughout this season didn't show up in the second half yesterday. Now, it wasn't just because of Belichick. Some would argue it's because they got comfortable. Some would argue it was the injury to Tevin Coleman. Others
you hear the footsteps coming. Brady's balling.
And that was the third point. You heard the footsteps coming.
I'm not denying that. Brady helped put pressure. Belichick can't do this without Brady. But in the first half, the Falcons dominated all 3 phases of the game. Then there was halftime. Belichick makes adjustments. They come out. The Pats dominate all 3 phases of the game.
Last point, the footsteps. The footsteps weren't there because of Bill Belichick. The footsteps was there because they heard Tom Brady coming.
Disagree, but that's what the show is about.